Hello and welcome. My name is George Stephen Pinto from Malpe Government PU College, and I am here before you to take up a chapter or topic on circular motion. So we are going to talk about circular motion, but before we are able to do that, we will also quickly recapitulate the concepts under two-dimensional motion, motion in a plane. That was the beginning of this chapter actually, but I am interested in giving you an idea about vector subtraction here because that is what is needed in the present topic. So here we have a particle. It starts off from this point, and if I run this particle will go along the path that is shown in white. Now, at this point A, this is the direction of its initial velocity, v1 vector. If I see it here, when it is passing through this point, it is moving like that, it was moving like this here. Its velocity, final velocity is v2 like that. What I want now is the change of velocity. Change of velocity, I might write delta v, which is always final velocity minus the initial velocity. Another way of writing this is v2 plus of minus v1. That means by adding negative of the initial velocity vector to the final velocity vector, you get the change in velocity. Because you know, in order to find average acceleration, you need change of velocity divided by time taken. So 1 divided by delta t, which is a scalar, multiplied by delta v vector. So therefore, one can conclude that average acceleration will be in the direction of change of velocity, right? That being the case, we first have to find the change of velocity vector. If we find the change of velocity vector, immediately we will get the direction of average acceleration vector and perhaps the acceleration vector itself. ನಮಗೆ ಆರಂಭಿಕ ವೇಗದ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಅಂತಿಮ ವೇಗದ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯ ದಿಕ್ಕನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕು. ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯ ದಿಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯುವುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಫೈನಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಇದು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಇದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೀತಿ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದಾದರೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈನಸ್ v1. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಇಷ್ಟೇ, ನೀವು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಒಂದು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ನಂತ ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಫೈನಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದರ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಸಹ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆವರೇಜ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಅದೊಂದು ಸದಿಶ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆವರೇಜ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಸರಾಸರಿ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ, ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಭಾಗಿಸು ಕಾಲ. ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯ ದಿಕ್ಕು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷದ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಕೂಡ ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಯಾವ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, v1 ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಹೀಗಾದರೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ v1 ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಡಿರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ನಾವು ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬೈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಈ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ v1 ಅದರ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮೈನಸ್ v1 ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಮೆಥಡಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ v2 ವೆಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್. ಇದು ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ? ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ v2 and minus v1, which is nothing but change of velocity vector. If this is the direction of the change in velocity vector, then the direction of average acceleration, must also be that way. So what you have to bear in mind is that if you are given initial velocity, final velocity, we can easily find the direction of change in velocity. The change in velocity will also be in the direction of average acceleration. Now we are going to actually talk about circular motion. ಚಕ್ರೀಯ ಚಲನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಓದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತೀಯ ಚಲನೆ, ವೃತ್ತದ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಲನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. Circular motion, we have plenty of examples of circular motion. If you think of a fan, any point upon it is going in a circular path. Our earth is actually rotating about its own axis. Our earth is also going around the sun in circular orbits. The vehicle's tires move in circular paths. Tiny electrons inside the atom also go in circular paths. Child sitting upon a merry-go-round is going in a circular path. A fellow in a giant wheel is going in a circular path. So we have umpteen number of examples of circular motion. So any body that goes in a circular path, circle, the motion is called circular motion. When a particle moves in a circular path, the motion is called circular motion. Now we have two types. The first one is called uniform circular motion. And in this entire topic, we will be specializing and dwelling upon uniform circular motion only. For the sake of categorization and classification, I will also mention the other, which is called non-uniform circular motion. For example, uniform circular motion looks like this. There is a particle much looks like our own sun going around the center of the galaxy in a circular path. So you can see at all times it is covering equal distances around the circle in equal intervals of time. It is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, but it is not undergoing equal displacements. Displacement is different from distance, as you can see. Therefore, it is having constant speed. The speed is neither increasing nor decreasing. ಒಂದು ಕಣ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಯ ವೃತ್ತದ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಲಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದರ ಜವ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಒಂದೇ ಸಮನಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬಿಂದುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಜವ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಡಿಮೆಯೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ ಸಮನೆ ಸಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಸಮಾನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾನವಾದ ದೂರವನ್ನು ಕ್ರಮಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಂಥ ವೃತ್ತೀಯ ಚಲನೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು, ಅಥವಾ ಚಕ್ರೀಯ ಚಲನೆಯನ್ನು ಏಕರೂಪ ಚಕ್ರೀಯ ಚಲನೆ, ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ CD ಡ್ರೈವ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಿಡಿಸಿದರೆ ನೀವು ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟು ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಒಂದೇ ಸಮನೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೈಂಡರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಗ್ರೈಂಡರ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಡಿ, ತುಂಬ ಹೊತ್ತಾದ ನಂತರ ಟಕ 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 ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ತನ್ನ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ತಾನು ತಿರುಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಏರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪೇರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಥ ಚಲನೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಮೋಷನ್. ಅದೇ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಸೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್, if you focus your attention on one point on the blade of the fan, that is going equal distances in equal time intervals, again that is called uniform circular motion. But what you should know is that the direction of its velocity, the direction of the velocity of any particle is always along the tangent drawn to it ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಈ ಬಿಂದುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ this is the tangent, this is the direction. At this point this is the tangent. At this point, this is the tangent. At this point, this is the tangent. At this point, this is the tangent. So the direction of the velocity keeps on changing as the particle is moving in a circular path. Therefore, only speed is constant, velocity is not. So now we shall define uniform circular motion. What is uniform circular motion? When a particle is moving in a circular path with uniform speed, then the motion is called uniform circular motion. Okay, dear students, as you can see in the slide, this is a very good example of uniform circular motion. The speed remaining always a constant. So how can we define uniform circular motion? So here is the definition. ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯೆ. ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯೆ? ಸಮಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಏಕರೂಪ ಚಕ್ರೀಯ ಚಲನೆ. Uniform circular motion. So when a particle moves in a circular path at or with the constant speed, the motion is called uniform circular motion. ಒಂದು ಕಣವು ವೃತ್ತದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಮಾನ ಜವದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಏಕರೂಪ ಚಕ್ರೀಯ ಚಲನೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀಬಹುದು. ನಾನ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್, ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲದ್ದು. When a particle is moving in a circular path with changing speed, the motion is called non-uniform circular motion. When a particle is moving in a circular path with changing speed, ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಜವ ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, if it is moving faster and faster and faster along the circle, or slower and slower and slower along the circle, or sometimes faster, sometimes slower. This usually happens in the case of the fan. When you just switch it on, the speed keeps on increasing, increasing, increasing. When you switch it off, its speed keeps on decreasing, 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 becomes slower and slower. In both the cases, the speed is changing. Then we say the motion is non-uniform circular motion. Fine. So here is the definition. You have to bear that in mind. Okay, now let us consider the circular motion that is shown here. Initially, the particle was here, and now it moved to this point. Let us call this initial point A, final point B. Thereby the particle has gone from A to B along the arc of a circle. ಕಣವು ಕಂಸದ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಬಿಂದುವಿನಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಸದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬಿಂದುವಿನ A ನಿಂದ B ಗೆ ಸಾಗಿದೆ. This is the center of that circle. ಇದು ಆ ವೃತ್ತದ ಕೇಂದ್ರ. Let us say R is the radius, OA equals OB. ನಾನು ಆಗ ತಾನೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, the direction of velocity is always along the tangent drawn ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So initial velocity is like this. That is the initial velocity direction, and this is the final velocity direction, V2. Notice at every single point the direction of velocity keeps changing. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬಿಂದುವಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ velocity ವೇಗದ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. In so doing, the radius vector is also moving with the particle. As the particle is going in a circular path, so does this. It also goes like that. Thereby, the angle covered by the radius vector, let us say it was here at t is equal to 0, and it passed through this point after a time t. So the angle described, if it is theta, then angle theta is called angular displacement, and t is the time. If we divide angular displacement by time, we get a quantity called angular velocity. Angular velocity, ಕೋನೀಯ ವೇಗ. Yes, we also know that during the same time t, the particle has covered a distance which is equal to the arc length. Yes. And we have learnt in mathematics that S equals R times theta. If you divide both the sides by the time taken to do so, we get distance divided by time equals R is a constant, because all the time the particle is moving in the same circle of constant radius, times theta by t. Theta by t is angular velocity or angular speed. In fact, omega is expressed in numerator unit theta, which is radian t in second. So radian per second is the natural unit of theta. So what is S divided by t? Distance moved divided by time, which is the speed v. What is R? R is R itself. Theta by t is omega. Suppose I run this video again, slide again. You can see it is moving at a constant speed. Suppose you start your stopwatch when it passes through this point and then count the time it takes to come back to this. The time it takes to go all over and come back to this. The time taken is called period of revolution, Brahmana avadhi, ಅಥವಾ ಪರಿಭ್ರಮಣ ಅವಧಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ. For the earth around the sun, it is 365 days, 0.25 days. 365 days and 6 hours is the time it takes for the earth to go once around the circle. ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಪ್ರದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಹಾಕೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ 365 ದಿನ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಭೂಮಿಯ ಪರಿಭ್ರಮಣ ಅವಧಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. In English we call it period of revolution. Now period of revolution is very easy to find. Let me tell you how. So when the particle was here, you start counting the time and it goes all the way back. So angle described is 2 pi radian. Time taken is t. Angular velocity or speed is omega. So omega equals theta divided by t. Theta is 2 pi. T is capital T. So therefore the relationship between period of revolution, paribhramana avadhi, and angular speed is given here. Now you can also find out how many times this particle is going to go in circular path in 1 second. 1 second alli ಒಂದು ಕಣವು ವೃತ್ತದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಾರಿ ಚಲಿಸ್ತದೆ? 10 ಸಲ ಚಲಿಸಿದರೆ 10 revolutions per second ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ. ಪರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ, ಆವರ್ತ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ, ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ of revolution, frequency of revolution is f, which is, you can see if I run this, look at that. Now it goes faster. It is moving slowly now, slightly slowly. If I run this again, it is moving even faster. Sorry. Notice, the faster it moves, lesser the time it takes. Greater number of revolutions will be taking place. ಹೌದಾ? ಅದು ಅತಿ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಚಲಿಸಿದಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಪರಿಭ್ರಮಣ ಅವಧಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಆವರ್ತ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ therefore frequency is reciprocal of period of revolution, and the SI unit of this is per second. 1 divided by second. Per second, usually we don't call this per second, we call it by a name of the scientist, Henrik Hertz, HZ, capital H and small z. Hello dear students, now let's look at the definitions of 3 important terms that I've used in my earlier part of the class. One is angular speed, Koniya Vega, period of revolution, Paribhramana avadhi, frequency of revolution, Avarta Sankhe, Brahmanaya Avarta Sankhe. ಏನು ಇದರ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ನೋಡಿ. Angular speed, the angle rotated by the radius vector divided by the time taken. How much is the angle rotated in time t? If theta is the angle rotated, t is the time taken, omega equals theta by t gives you the angular speed. Then period of revolution, time taken by a particle under uniform circular motion to complete one revolution. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಮಹತ್ವ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ನಾನ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ಗೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನನ್ನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಅದು 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಅರ್ಧ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 1 ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ 0.25 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಲೆವೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತತೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಪರಿಭ್ರಮಣೆಯ ಆವರ್ತ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ. ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಇನ್ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್. 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಲು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರಿಭ್ರಮಣೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದುತ್ತದೆ. ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಇನ್ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ frequency of revolution. In terms of period, F equals the reciprocal of the period. In fact, T we wrote as omega 2 pi by omega. If you rewrite it that way, then we get frequency equals angular frequency or angular speed divided by 2 pi radian, the SI unit of which is hertz. Now, we shall obtain the expression for what is called as centripetal acceleration. ಕೇಂದ್ರಾಭಿಮುಖ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತವೆ. What is centripetal acceleration? So far we have no idea. All that we saw earlier was that you had this particle going in a circular path. Even though the speed is constant, the direction of the velocity is always varying, changing. ವೃತ್ತದ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಲಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕಣದ ಜವ ಅಂದರೆ ವೇಗದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಒಂದೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದರ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಬಿಂದುವಿನಿಂದ ಬಿಂದುವಿಗೆ ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವೇಗ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸದಿಶ ಪರಿಮಾಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದೆವು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ 3 different ways. Either in magnitude only, ಅಂದರೆ you go in a straight line path, you go with increasing velocity, like that happens when you travel by your car. When the accelerator pedal is put on, or you are going in your car in a straight highway, the brakes are put on, now the speed is decreasing. The velocity remains same in direction but changing in magnitude. The second, the particle is moving with constant speed, but its direction is changing all the time. So velocity can change only in direction, as you can see here. Or it might so happen both could be changing. The direction is also changing, magnitude is also changing. Right now we consider circular motion with uniform speed but changing direction. So whenever the velocity changes, ಯಾವಾಗಲಾದರೂ ಚಲಿಸುತ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕಾಯದ ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಇದೆ, ವೇಗ ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಸ್ ನೌ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಈಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್? ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ lecture, where I had told you how to obtain the direction of change of velocity. If you know the direction of change of velocity, you also know the direction of acceleration. So here is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to demonstrate to you why the acceleration of a particle going in a path, circular path with uniform speed, or rather why for a particle under uniform circular motion there is something called centripetal acceleration, center seeking acceleration. ಕೇಂದ್ರಾಭಿಮುಖ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಯಾಕಿದೆ, ಕೇಂದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿಮುಖವಾಗಿ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಏಕಿರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನಾಲೆಜನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ತನಕ ಇದೇ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ರು ಅದೇ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಲ ನೀವು ರೀಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾಸಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವ. ವಿ ನೋ ದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ದ ಟ್ಯಾಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾನ್ ಟು ಇಟ್, ಟ್ಯಾಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾನ್ ಟು ದ ಸರ್ಕಲ್, ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ V1. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಾದ ನಂತರ, a little while later, the particle will now be found here. Okay? A little while later. Actually, it started from this at t is equal to 0 perhaps. Now, after a time t, the particle is going like that. But since it is uniform circular motion, the speed is constant. Speed is constant. So therefore, here the velocity is tangential again, v2. The fact to note is the initial velocity and final velocity magnitude wise same. That means the vectors representing them should more or less have the same length. That means initial velocity and final velocity have identical magnitude v. So they have identical length more or less. So if this is angle theta, that might be required later on. We will see that. That is angle theta. Now, this is initial velocity, that is final velocity. I had told you, you can get the change of velocity direction, delta v, by writing final velocity minus initial velocity, initial velocity, which I can again rewrite as v2 plus of minus v1. That means I add final velocity vector to negative of the initial velocity. Positive the initial velocity is this way, negative is flipped by 180 degree. If you have a vector like this, if you have to get negative of that, flip it by 180 degree. So what I am going to do now, I am going to reproduce this vector here like this, that is v2. Final velocity vector should not be done with anything. You should not do anything about v2, only v1 you have to flip. So this is initial velocity vector. So initial velocity vector is this way, v1. Notice we have drawn the two vectors in common tail arrangement. Common tail arrangement. Then the change of velocity, or their vector sum rather, is given by the vector sum, okay, more or less here. So that is the direction of change of velocity, delta v vector. Note, even though the particle is moving here at A in this direction, at B in this direction, the change of velocity vector happens to be like this. If I were to draw that here, the direction of change of velocity is this way. We also know by the definition of average acceleration, change of velocity by time taken, you leave it, 1 by delta t is after all a scalar times the change in velocity. The direction of change in velocity is always in the direction of average acceleration. So if this is the direction of change in velocity, that is also the direction of acceleration or average acceleration. So that is average acceleration or simply acceleration. Can you notice this is a bit difficult to understand? I know, because we know if you are going in a car in this direction, if your velocity is increasing in that direction, it is easy to experience the acceleration also in the same direction. On the other hand, if the car is moving this way, but brakes are put on, so it is moving slower and slower, it is easy to experience the acceleration in the opposite direction. You call it deceleration. But when you go in a circular path, you don't experience the acceleration in the direction of motion, but you experience the acceleration along the radially inward direction. Radially inward direction. This way, this way, this way. The velocity on the other hand is always tangential. ಸಮಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಏಕರೂಪ ಚಕ್ರೀಯ ಚಲನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಣದ ವೇಗ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ವೃತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಿಸಿದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಕದ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದರ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಅದರ ತ್ರಿಜ್ಯದ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಪೀಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಪೀಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್, ಕೇಂದ್ರಾಭಿಮುಖ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ. ಕೇಂದ್ರಾಭಿಮುಖ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಂದುಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಕೇಂದ್ರಾಭಿಮುಖ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷವನ್ನು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ತೋರಿಸಬಹುದು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ centripetal acceleration is that way. The direction of centripetal acceleration for the particle when it moves through this way, moves through this point, is this way. At this point it is this way. At this point it is this way, and so on. But the direction of velocity is always tangential. Is always tangential, like this. At all points, acceleration and velocity are mutually perpendicular. Right at this moment you can see this particle is experiencing the acceleration like this. That is why it is called centripetal acceleration. Centripetal. Centri and petal. There are two words here from Latin. Petus means liking, towards, seeking. So it is a center seeking acceleration.